Alright, new game it is.
My name is Susan Ashworth.
Let me know if I need to
I live
adjust the
alone
volume,
in this old
please.
two-bedroom flat. I rarely go outside. Some would say it's
I
a
want a
lonely
cat clock.
life, and I guess that's true. But I don't like people's company. Not lately, anyway. I only trust my cats these days, and I will miss them dearly. But they will understand, like they always have. Teacup stays with me till the end. He watches me, as if he knew. Because earlier tonight, I swallowed a whole bunch of pills. They're legal, of course, prescribed by my doctor for my sleeping problems. But I've taken 34 of them, all I could find in the cupboard. And now the room around me spins in a blurry tango as my heart slows down. Any second now, I will be dead. I feel calm. I'm ready for it. I've only got one thing to say now. Thanks for nothing. Goodbye.
Is it too loud? Does it seem okay? That cat had a grudge for years, has been waiting for this moment to eat her face, right? Isn't that what, like, people's cats, like, they'll, like, eat your cheekbones and horrible things like that? Not your bones, your cheekbone, whatever. I think you know what I meant. Basically, like, they eat your face, supposedly, first. Press to walk. Wait, do I have to do arrows or can I do A and D? Come on, tell me I can do A and D. Is this heaven? Field of wheat. Oh, I should have gone left. Why did I go right? Always go left. I didn't try. We can't now, for sure. That sky actually looks like a photo. Wow. It's like some motion blur on her movement. You think it's a real photo? Yeah, I think you're right. It looks too good. All right, press up to open interaction menu, cycle through available options, press enter to confirm. The cat was a real photo too. It did look really good too. Yeah, it's probably, I bet it looks like they're working in photos and hand-drawn stuff, or actually not even really hand-drawn, like that's like total like pixel art, I guess you'd say. All right, so I guess we'll press W. Hopefully that works as up and S is down. Enter, examine. I feel strangely drawn to this place. I must find a way to unlock this padlock and get inside. Wait, spoiler alert, the door's locked. Enter, it's locked. Okay. I guess we could also see that there's a big padlock on it. Let's go over here. I look at the yard, see if it's like, I guess all of that looks, I don't know, like that wood, like it almost looks like a photo of a wood palette. That's weird, the way they've mixed the mediums. Cool. Hell is that? We sorry. Deja vu. Examine. An ambulance. Can't go any. The ambulance is blocking access to the tunnel exit. There must be. Yeah, so let's open the door. Let's see what's inside. It's locked. It's a common theme. Yeah, it's a cool aesthetic. Yeah. It's got very positive rating. So I think one of the things that people like about it a lot is the art is cool and the story is really heavy and thought-provoking. Some people who hate it hate the story because it's so dark. Yeah, I don't know. So, but we can't go any further. What the hell? Can't go any further. It's blocking the tunnel exit. Maybe there is no exit at all. Let's see what's inside. We can't open it. It's locked. Okay, what the hell? Stuck already.
Huh? What's making that noise? Hello? Who's
Nice I
there?
don't have to read everything.
Answer me.
It's me, my cold dead body right in front of my eyes. What is it doing here? Examine, turn head, open eyes, open mouth, leave. Wow, that's kind of weird. All right. I look so calm. Green eyes. My eyes, just about one thing I liked about myself. Even now, they still shine a little. Oh. Is that a key in her mouth? In my mouth? I'll better take it with me. What country made this game? Alright, so we have a key to that door, I would assume. We run? No sprint. Maybe we should have stopped and just stood there. Like, it wouldn't let me move. Let me examine it. Oh. All right. Doop, 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 doop. The hell? It should have just been flown away. I have a key. All right, how do I use my inventory? Okay, press down to open inventory. It's trying to tell me what to do. Use. Well, it seems something just came to mind. I think I had subcategorized this in my library as a point and click, which it is not a point and click. It might as well be, but it's not. Excuse me. All right, so. The hole has been boarded up with these planks. You know, the other thing is, this is going to kill my back if I have to keep leaning over like this. Let's adjust this. Or maybe it actually would be better if I did use the arrow keys. And then I could hit enter, actually. I think about it, that makes more sense. All right, the hole has been boarded up with this. Sign underneath says emergency power switch date. Look through. There's definitely something there. Can't tell for sure, but it looks like a switch. I'm not strong enough to pull them off with my bare hands. All right, we shall return. Too long a sacrifice can make a stone of the heart. Would it take another sacrifice to turn it back? Maybe I'm being silly. This is just some old machinery. Strange. There doesn't seem to be a single switch or button on this machine. How do you turn it on? With the switch in there, perhaps. Maybe we can get a board from where this crap fell to use to pry it. Guess we go left of the house? No idea. Didn't seem like there was anywhere else we could go in the house. Unless there was something we could have interacted with that I overlooked. Seems like it would be pretty hard to miss something, because anything we can interact with creates a pop-up on the screen. That's different. Follow the magic deer. Is that us again? The glowing around her neck. My dead body hanging from a tree. I should be scared, but I just feel empty. Wait, what's that shiny thing on her neck? Is that key? Body is too high. I can't reach. It's tight, but not. Untie it. It'll take me hours to undo this knot. Need an axe. That'll solve that. The door seems bolted from the... It's everything. Alright, now what? Guess we go back the other way. It seems to be the thing. You go one direction until you can't, then you switch.
I can't remember this place. Am I lost?
I guess we're like in a dream or something. We're not. This is in our imagination as we were dying from the overdose of pills we took. What a gruesome display. At least it's not my head stuck in the bars. Wow, imagine that. Turning into a locked door simulator. Right, so now we go this way again. It's different. That was weird. I was pressing left and it just kind of stopped when we got behind the tree. Maximum dramatic effect. Yeah, like there. It keeps stopping at random places. Like automatically. Like it just right there, like it turned. Like I was pressing left, it froze, and then turned, like we were looking at the car. It wasn't me. It doesn't look like we can interact with it. That was an automatic thing again. I don't know if I meant to take anything from that. We did. What am I missing? Like this car is suspicious, but I'm not getting any prompts. Oh my god. What are we supposed to do? I can't go any further left. We can't go further right. Can't open it. This one said open. We got door rope, body, nothing until we get to the that gate. It was locked. Okay, so we got this. Like, is this bird helping us? Wait a second. Does it change depending upon which direction you're going? Maybe we need to double back on one of the screens. Yeah, it's changing. What is the significance of that? Okay. I guess you just keep going back and forth until it changes? I don't know. Or it was a little more like you need to change directions on a particular screen. So instead of like how I didn't keep going left on that screen and I went right. So it was basically what I was thinking, I think. Who's done this? Is there anyone else here? Okay. Oh, we can cut the rope now. was about to say, is this the other side of that? It is. That we somehow magically... It take me hours. Well, I don't want to... Wait, wait, how did we... Down. Yeah, there we go. I look like I'm just sleeping. Empty pockets. I'll be taking this. I just leave. Alright, so we have another key for the gate. Oh no, we need to use... Hold on. Why? Oh man, I just got a pressure behind my eyes. So I've been treating my sinus pressure stuff, trying to get away from meds, and I've been like lightly pressurizing by pinching my nose, and that helps so much.
Welcome to my house, Susan Ashworth. I have been waiting for you, my dear. I knew you would turn up one fine day like this.
Who are you?
I have so many names, it's hard to pick one. But I'm curious, who do you think I am?
My worst nightmare. Death, an old lady who lives in the woods. Are you God? Are you the devil? Let's go with death.
Death?
Interesting. Yes, perhaps that's what I am. I come when there's something to take, but I never give anything back. I am doom, but I'm salvation too. I'm feared by most, but adored by some also. Some like yourself, Susan.
Don't flatter yourself.
Bessie!
I don't even know you.
Well, that's not
Thank you
quite
for the
right.
8
I've
months
been
in a
around for
row.
while, keeping
How are you? How is
company.
everything?
Always there, you know?
Hi,
Always
how are
there.
you?
So I was wrong. You're not death?
No, I am not.
I'm doing okay.
Perhaps I am life. But then again, does it really matter?
How's it? Was your dog? I saw a Twitter post, but I didn't fully understand. I don't want to bring it, but was it? I hope everything's okay. I didn't tell if what was. He's doing better slowly. Okay, good. What is this place?
What is this place?
This, my dear, is my humble kingdom, and this
He had a
house
seizure. Oh no,
is my
that's
castle.
one of my coworkers.
I only invite people in, just
has,
like you. I like my
A pug that has
solitude.
seizures. So he has like a camera like on him at all times. Like he was showing me just like yesterday, the day before on his phone, and it's got a microphone so he can even talk to him.
Special.
But they put him in a little
I
kennel,
can tell you now that there's nothing special about me.
and it's got like a motion
Now bring
detector on it.
yourself down,
So
Susan
if he has a
Ashworth.
seizure, his phone will actually go off.
Today, you are my guest of honor.
Oh, I missed that. We're gonna have to listen to that again. Good idea. Yeah, that way you can keep an eye on him. Apparently, he says that he wishes it had like a sensitivity, like because any movement will trigger it, rather than something, you know, more indicative of a seizure, like prolonged movement or whatever. But yeah, and you can at least talk to him too, so you can keep him calm. It was funny, he goes, yeah, I was like, he's like, yeah, you can hear me. I was like, really? He goes, yeah, check it out. And he started talking to him, and I've met the dogs too, because he brings me to work sometimes. I said hi to it. They're just like, what? There's two of them, actually. It was hilarious. All right, let's listen to this again. All right, what is this place? This might be important into our understanding.
What is this place?
This, my dear, is my humble kingdom, and this house is my castle. I rarely invite people in, just like you. I like my solitude. But you are a special guest, and I'm going to make an exception.
Me? Special? I can tell you now that there's nothing special about me, lady.
Don't bring yourself down, Susan Ashworth. Today, you are my guest of honor.
You get seizure detectors for people. Oh, is that part of one of the things that you do too, huh? They detect unusual movements or something? Wow. The place I lived before this, the guy upstairs would have seizures. And they never talked to me about like what to do or anything. Like, I just remember like one night he had it for so long, like one of the other neighbors came and they're like, do you hear that? And I'm like, yeah, that he had just moved in too. And I was like, yeah, that's, I'm blanking on what his name is. But, and she was like, what? I was like, oh, you haven't met, and it's like, I think he's having a seizure. I don't know what to do. Like nobody ever talked to me. He like lived alone. He's a special needs person, probably in his late 40s, mid to late 40s. And they just moved him into the condominium above me. And like nobody ever talked to me. And it was just like one of those things I had to figure out on my own. And then, so we're sitting there talking about it and we're like, do we think we should call or something? I was like, I don't know. Like, because it sounded like he was just kicking like he was probably lying on his back, kicking the floor with his heel. And then eventually he stopped and it was just like, well, either his seizure stopped or he died. Like, so I don't know. So I'm guessing he didn't have a service like what you do, Jake. Otherwise, there probably would have been a visit. God, it's got to be for people who don't have like that, like who live alone.
What will happen next?
Depends on you, Susan. Inside my house, there are dark hallways that lead to places you don't want to see. But there is also something that will make you want to return to where you came from and cherish every single little breath you take. I'm going to make you an offer, Susan. It's a chance only a fool would refuse.
Okay. An offer? What can you offer me?
Let's come inside. It's getting cold out here.
Lonely seashore.
Please don't touch anything.
I wasn't going to.
You lied to the whole world, Susan. And you lied to
That's
yourself.
funny. Is she really here? Maybe this is all just a dream after all.
Now we can talk properly, my dear.
It's quite embarrassing when someone gets down and love you. Take the sensor off then. Oh no! And then you call through an intercom shouting if they're okay. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Does that happen often? I still don't really know who you are. It's like the video store equivalent of like someone returning a home movie of them getting down, accidentally returning it. Before I worked in a video store, I had a friend, or actually I think I was working at a record store. I was working at Tower Records, and one of my coworkers had a roommate who worked at a video store. And I gave him a ride home one night, and we get there, and he's like, check this out. Somebody returned this video today. We were sitting there, and we got to the point where I was just like, this is terrible. I can't watch any more of this. Not often, but it has happened, say twice in 3 years. That's hilarious. But yeah, oh my God, could you imagine? All right. I still don't really know who you are. I will be punished for taking my own life. Is there anyone else? Let's go with that one. All right.
Will I be punished for taking my own
Because
life?
for those of you who just got here, this started with this character
Susan.
overdosing on a bunch of prescription
I
meds.
watched you long enough to understand how you feel.
And I think this is like
I don't expect
meant to
you
be what's going on in
believe
her
me,
mind.
But I actually have sympathy for you. Who knows? I could be your only friend. The only friend in the whole wide world. So like I said, I'm going to make you an offer. I want to help you. I will give you back your happiness in exchange for a simple task. Your life will change completely. You will be yourself again. And you will soon forget the sadness that has consumed your heart for years.
I still don't really know who you are.
I go by many names. I've never paid much notice
We
to what
covered
they
that
call
already.
me. But there is one name the fallen ones use when I speak to them. I find it most accurate. The Queen of Maggots.
Lovely.
Is that what you are? Why, maggots?
Because they feed on what's dead and gone.
Dead and gone. I guess that's me.
It's interesting how she turned her head. Is there anyone else here?
Is there anyone else here?
I thought you liked being alone. Isn't that why you ran away from everyone?
It doesn't matter.
I was standing right behind you when you threw away all those photographs, you know? I brushed your hair every night you cried yourself to sleep. I saw everything. I know what you want, but it's not here. It's gone, and it will never, ever come again.
I have no reason to live. Please just let me.
I have no reason to live.
I didn't need to read
Please,
that.
just let me go. I tried. I really did. But it's never going to be okay.
Who knows, maybe, but one way or the other. This isn't the end of your story. It's only the beginning, my dear, and there are great things waiting for you. Believe me.
I have no reason to live. Please, just let me go. I tried.
Oh, we
I
already
really
said that.
did.
Damn it. Why did it let us say
Never
it
going
again?
to be okay.
Who knows, maybe, but one way or the other. This isn't the end of your story. It's only the beginning, my dear, and there are great things waiting for you. Believe me.
What do you want me to do?
Yes, I think it's time to explain. But where are my manners? We're still in the hall. This is not a place for a serious talk. Follow me to the next room. I'll tell you everything you need to know.
What's your offer then? What can you fix that life has destroyed?
Susan, Death can fix nothing. But though we are both dead, I am not death. I might seem just like a strange old woman to you, but I'm just as powerful as gods. And I chose you, Susan Ashworth. I'll need you to go back and face 5 people. They're not ordinary people. They're very special. Just like you, only in a slightly different way.
Interesting. Go on.
I'm a failure. Why did you choose me? Aren't you afraid I will let you down, whatever it is I have to do? Most days, it's enough of a struggle to crawl out of bed. I don't see the point in anything. I just want to disappear. And I hate everyone else because they know how to be happy. Everywhere I turn, there are people filled with hope and will to live. Or people so pitiful, they make me ashamed to be alive. I don't want them. There's nobody there for me. I am alone. I just want to vanish.
Judy dog.
This is the very
Hey, Hearted,
reason
how you
I
doing?
chose you, Susan Ashworth. I know how you feel, because I felt like this myself for a very long time. You and me are very much alike. If you succeed, you will never feel broken again.
Those 5 people, who are they?
The parasites, that's what I call them. They don't know each other, but their destinies are bound together. You will have to keep your eyes open and be constantly on guard. Those people will want to get closer to you. They might even pretend they are your friends, but don't let that fool you. They have nothing but cruel intentions. They'll want to hurt you, Susan. They'll want to kill you. As harmless as they might appear, parasites are the evil scum of the earth, and they all deserve to die.
Isn't my life bad enough without them?
Don't be frightened. You will have a great advantage over them. They don't know that you know. Do you understand what it means? You will become my hunter, serving punishment for their sins. A tool of destruction. A dark angel walking through the river of blood. You find your purpose in life, and you see for the first time how satisfying it can be.
But how will I recognize them?
There isn't a great deal of people in your lonely life, is there, Susan? You will know when you see them. Bring those deceitful bastards in front of me, and we'll make them regret for everything they've done.
Happy Friday to you as well, Heart. I was waiting for the dialogue to end, and I didn't want to interrupt, and it just kept going on and on and on. That was by far the longest dialogue exchange of the game, by a long shot. But happy Friday to you and everyone as well. All right, we didn't do this line, did we? What makes you think I want to go back?
What makes you think I want to go back?
I hope I haven't said it already.
I finally did it. I killed myself. That's all I ever wanted. And yet, it turns out to be just another failure. I want this suffering to stop.
Dear Susan, you don't realize that the suffering never stops, do you? It only gets worse. This place is a passage between the world of the living and the world of the dead. You enter one of these corridors and you never come back. But you don't cease to exist. You remain.
Are you expecting me to kill them?
No, Susan, I'm expecting you to fight for survival. To do everything you can to defend yourself. I know you're not a murderer. Quite the opposite, actually. You're a good person. But I also know that you don't want to suffer, and those people will want to cause you pain. They won't hesitate. In the end, you might have no choice. Think of it as gardening. If there were weeds among the flowers, you'd pull them out, wouldn't you? You'd get rid of them without thinking twice about it.
I'm not really a gardening type, but I see your point.
I'm glad. And remember this, you are not the only victim. If you don't stop them, the killing will continue. Innocent people will die. You have the opportunity to make the difference. And a chance to save yourself.
I can't do this. It's too much. Dealing with criminals is a job for the police, not someone like me.
Indeed, you are weak. That's why I have prepared a special gift for you. Immortality. You cannot die, Susan. You will always return to life no matter what happens to you.
Like you're in a video game.
What? This is the last thing I wanted. Please,
The
can't
irony.
you just let me die?
I've made the decision. As long as they are alive, you cannot die.
It's blackmail. You can't do that.
I'm doing it for your own good. Anyway, you are in no position to bargain with me. You will either go and do what you have to do, or suffer for eternity. Forever unable to find your peace.
Well, you drive a hard bargain.
This all must be just a weird dream. I don't believe you.
Susan, see this door here?
No.
Let's go inside. I want to show you something that will help you make up your mind. Follow me.
By inside, I think she meant go outside.
Yes, it's you, Susan. Come closer. Say hello.
I don't want to look at it. Haven't I had enough yet? That body in the ambulance. Then the forest. But this place is... This is exactly what I was trying to run away from. I don't want to be here. Make it go away.
I assumed it would be wise to give you a little taste of the suffering you'd endure. I want you to understand that you can keep going long after you can't.
Crucified, all alone, in one place that's changed it all. I really don't want to be here. Stuck in the cross. I suppose I could easily pull it up. Excuse me. Okay. Oh my god, excuse me.
Susan, it's time to make a decision. The parasites are coming whether you want it or not. You haven't really got much choice. You must stand up for yourself.
Fine. I'll do what you want.
Excellent. I'm glad you have put your trust in me.
Follow the maggots.
I haven't really got anyone else.
You shall not regret this, my dear. Lights up.
That's so weird.
We're back in the house.
Yes, but there is something else that must be done. You cannot leave my kingdom before a sacrifice is made.
What? Isn't it enough already?
Do not worry, my child. This is a mere formality I'm speaking of. The door to your world won't open unless you make a sacrifice of soul and a sacrifice of blood.
It doesn't sound good at all.
No,
See
it
those
doesn't.
candles here? Just blow one out, and that's it. Like I said, it's just a formality. Then on your way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood. Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much exactly?
Don't be afraid. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
Tell me about the sacrifice of soul, blood. Fine, I'll do that. Wish me luck, strange lady.
Tell me about the sacrifice of soul.
Like I said, it's just a formality. See those candles here? Just blow one out, and that's it.
But which one?
You can choose. It doesn't matter as long as you do it.
Tell me about the sacrifice of blood.
Like I said, it's just a formality. On your way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood. Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much exactly?
Don't be afraid.
And this one was exactly
It's
the same.
Easy. Anyone can do it. Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
Fine. I'll do that. Wish me luck, strange lady.
I do.
I do.
When you leave my house, head to the field. That's where you should be. Goodbye, my child. I'm not going to be far. I've never been.
Candle. Strange. The flame seems strong and steady, but there is no. Say that about all of them? I want to get out. Alright, let's do this one, I guess. Oh, is one of these, each one of these is for one of the 5 people that she mentioned.
They left me no choice, Alice. Maybe one day you'll forgive me.
See how easy that was? Now, head back to the field. You've got a job to do, Susan.
What about the sacrifice of blood? Oh, we had to do that before we left.
What the? How did I get back here?
If anything's changed. Okay, head back to the field. Do we have to do a double back? Let's see if it's going to be this weirdness going one direction. Oh, now we can get the plank off. Hey, that's actually a plank. I don't want to do anything. How do I exit? I wanted to peek first. Oh my god! What the hell? Well, just a scratch. Why'd the door close? It's really loud, isn't it? Was that really loud? Should I turn it down? Okay, well the machine's on now. I can't do anything now. So now we've officially started. It's really interesting the way they've done this. This is cool, actually. Kind of fucked up. Cool. It's a good thing you're right. So nobody say anything, so I guess is the volume not too loud? It seems really loud to me. I can just turn it down for me if it's okay for y'all. There's no way to turn it down in game. Back to the game. Yeah. The music was loud? Okay. You try turning it down again.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No. It's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay, you probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality.
Hey, Red, how you doing?
I can tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
I would hit escape in the hopes of pausing it, but I have a feeling it might just skip the dialogue or something.
Good evening. It's good to see you
So
awake
as soon
at
as we
last.
get a break, I'll...
You're in the Cedar
volume.
Lake Hospital.
There,
My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors. Would you confirm your name for me, please?
Ah, there we go. All right, so... Let's see. All right, so if this is a 14 and this is a 10, go to 5. It seemed like it might have been like take a big swing at it. You're good. I'm good as well. Thank you. Just being freaked out by this game.
Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Oh,
I'm
it's
glad
too
to see
low
you
now.
all right.
Uh-oh, we broke it.
You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Susan. Yeah? Please, don't try to speak. What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
So it's so weird. Like, so she's the patient.
Would you like me to get you some water?
As
Let
well
me
as the
get you a
nurse.
drink. I'll be back in a second.
All right, I think I went too far because I had the volume down on my end. So we're on 7, 6. Oh no, we crashed the game. Fuck. Oh my god, please tell me it saved our progress. I'll be sad. Oh. Please autosave. No, are you serious? We lost everything. No. Are you serious? There's no autosave. Fuck me. Well, this will be good for everyone who got here late. You can see the beginning, and we won't get stuck, and so it'll go a lot faster. But we'll still have to sit through some of those long dialogues. Hey, what's up, Britain? So, all right, well, here we go. So, and I can recap it. So, hold on, and we got the volume better, hopefully. And I can't believe that. All right, so we'll need to note to self. We'll save periodically, just in case. But I won't be tabbing out to mess with the volume anymore, hopefully, either. So, all right, new game. All right, here we go. Freaky Friday plays the cat lady. We absolutely didn't already play the first chapter.
My name is Susan Ashworth.
Oh, and hey, how's it going, Ritten? Sorry, I didn't see you. You said hi there. Hi,
I live
welcome.
alone in this old 2-bedroom flat. I rarely go outside.
Yeah.
Some would say it's a lonely life, and I guess that's true. But I don't like people's company. Not lately, anyway. I only trust my cats these days, and I will miss them dearly. But they will understand, like they always have. Teacup stays with me till the end. He watches me, as if he knew. Because earlier tonight, I swallowed a whole bunch of pills. They're legal, of course. Prescribed by my doctor for my sleeping problems. But I've taken 34 of them, all I could find in the cupboard. And now the room around me spins in a blurry tango as my heart slows down. Any second now, I will be dead. I feel calm. I'm ready for it.
She is inspiring.
I've got one thing to say now.
Nothing's gonna keep her down.
Thanks for nothing. Goodbye.
In the woods. Yeah, we made it to chapter 1 for the first time ever. What lies in wait? Oh, you know what? The first time I was lamenting the fact that I didn't try to go left to start with. Okay. No secrets left. Always go left first, remember that. Wow, look at that sunset. It's photorealistic. I do like the art style. It's kind of an interesting marriage of photos, hand-drawn, and like pixel art. All right, so we can't. It's locked. It's very usually quite a, yeah, it's cool, it's neat. It's definitely dark thematically. You know, anything that deals with suicide, obviously, death is dark, but apparently it's worth it. All right, so. Can't go any further. This ambulance is blocking access to the tunnel exit. Maybe there is no exit at all. What else was there? Open door. Let's see what's inside. Yes, lock it. Common theme. All right, so go back this way.
Huh? What's making that noise? Hello? Who's there? Answer me.
It's me, my cold dead body right in front of my eyes. What is it doing here? It looks so calm. My eyes, just about one thing I liked about myself. So green. Even now, they still shine. Is that a key in her mouth? In my mouth? I'll better take it with me. I'll better take it. Run! Why are we just standing here? Hey! Written inked? I wanted to say written in. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. Written in KED. That wasn't here before. Now it's making me think of Cowpocalypse. Remember that one? That was a lot of fun. Oh wait, we have the key for this. Oh no, we need to use. There we go. Image Ludwig von Mann. I discovered that New Zealand anxiety pills sell for about $10. Going to sell them, of course. You're not going to sell them. You need them. Oh my god. Yeah, don't do that if you need them. All right. The hole has been boarded up with these planks. The sign underneath says emergency power, switch, danger. There's definitely something there. I can't tell for sure, but it looks like a switch. And what a switch it is that we definitely have not already seen what happens when we pull it. You love the tower. You know, it looks really cool the way it's blowing. And the way her hair blows always in the right direction relative to what's happening too. Which is kind of a nice little touch. I'm not strong enough to pull them off with my bare hands. All right. Machine. Too long a sacrifice can make a stone of the heart. Thinking about that in the context of what happens later that we definitely haven't already done. Too long a sacrifice can make a stone of the heart. Would it take another sacrifice to turn it back on? Maybe I'm being silly. This is just some old machinery after all. Strange. There doesn't seem to be a single switch or button on this machine. How do you turn it on? 10 lousy bucks that wouldn't even buy you a scoop of hipster ice cream. Oh, they're not worth more than 10 lousy dollars to you. Yeah, see there was like her hair, like as you switch directions too. In the grass. Come here! I want to ride you. Look at us again. What happened to our shoes, though? My dead body hanging from a tree. I should be scared, but I just feel empty. Wait, what's that shiny thing on her neck? Is that a key? What? Body is too high. I can't reach it. A rope. The rope is tied into a knot. Let's untie it. It would take me hours to undo this knot. If I had an axe, a dwarf could have that untied in no time. The door seems bolted from the other side. Welcome to the land of locked doors.
I can't remember this place. Am I lost?
All right, let's see how quickly we can figure this out this time. All right, I'm gonna follow the bird. I think that's what the point of the bird. Okay, the bird went that way, but we turned. Wait, should I have turned there? Am I screwed up? Nope, here. All right, so I'm gonna turn. We're gonna follow the bird. Okay, it's different. Yes. First try. Oh my god. The first time that I mean, well, this is the first time, so I don't know what to do, but no, actually, the first time through there, it took forever, because if you just keep going back and forth. Oh, we didn't even go all the way to the thing that we have to unlock. Although, wait, we never went back to that, actually. We didn't even see it this time. That's funny. But yeah, that's like a little weird thing there where if you just keep going all the way left and all the way right, you just keep hitting 2 locked doors. And you have to switch back and forth. Follow the bird. There's the theory I came up with, but I'd also sort of just haphazardly changed direction, so I wasn't totally sure if it was just chance or my theory was right. Who's done this? Is there anyone else here? Oh wait, we gotta use the knife. Here we go. I look like I'm just sleeping. Empty. Oh, we do get to the gate. Okay. Oh, which is what the key was for. That's right. Let's examine. What a gruesome display. At least it's not my head stuck on the box. It won't open. We need to use the key first. I hate that you can't just do open and it use the key. You gotta do this.
Welcome to my house, Susan Ashworth. I have been waiting for you, my dear. I knew you would turn up one fine day like this.
Who are you?
I have
Hello,
many
strange
names.
lady.
It's hard to pick one.
What should we call her?
But I'm curious. Who do you think I am?
Wait, there's more answers? I didn't even see there was more. I really don't know. Can't you just tell me? Alright, so the first time that didn't happen, we chose death. I'm tempted to choose something different. Just to hear if it goes differently. You God, are you the devil? An old lady who lives in the woods. Let's go with an old lady who lives in the woods.
An old lady who lives in the woods?
Am I really, Susan? Are you that naive? Or perhaps you're too stubborn to see what I really am. I've waited all that time for you, and now you disappoint me.
You wasted your time waiting. I'm not worth waiting for. I'm just nobody. And you, to me, you're just a strange old woman sitting on a porch of her house.
This is interesting. It's totally different.
You're holding. What are they for anyway?
I'm going to put them on your coffin, dear. After everyone's gone.
I wouldn't bother. I hate flowers.
Interesting.
What is this place?
This, my dear, is my humble kingdom, and this house is my castle. I rarely invite people in, just like you. I like my solitude. But you are a special guest, and I'm going to make an exception.
Me? Special? I can tell you now that there's nothing special about me, lady.
Don't bring yourself down, Susan Ashworth. Today, you are my guest of honor.
What will happen next?
Depends on you, Susan. Inside my house, there are dark hallways that lead to places you don't want to see.
I thought it should be a teen death metal band.
Also something that
That would be a good
you
one.
want to return to where you came from and cherish every single little breath you take. I'm going to make you an offer, Susan. It's a chance only a fool would refuse.
Okay. An offer? What can you offer me?
Let's come inside. It's getting cold out here.
I feel like that entire exchange was completely different. Like even the latter part of it didn't seem familiar. That's interesting. Like I expected it to like have like maybe a different dialogue response to the answer, but then go along the same line. But it felt like it was all different.
Please don't touch anything, dear.
I wasn't going to.
You lied to the whole world, Susan. And you lied to yourself.
Is she really here? Maybe this is all just a dream after all.
Now we can talk properly, my dear.
I still don't really know who you are.
I go by many names. I've never paid much notice to what the living call me, but there is one name the fallen ones use when I speak to them. I find it most accurate. The Queen of Maggots.
Is that what you are? Why, maggots?
Because they feed on what's dead and gone.
Dead and gone. I guess that's me. Will I be punished for taking my own life?
Most people would be, but not you, Susan. You see, I watched you long enough to understand how you feel. I don't expect you to believe me, but I actually have sympathy for you. Who knows, I could be your only friend. The only friend in the whole wide world. So like I said, I'm going to make you an offer. I want to help you. I will give you back your happiness in exchange for a simple task. Your life will change completely. You will be yourself again. And you will soon forget the sadness that has consumed your heart for years.
I didn't say that, did I?
Is there anyone else here?
I thought you liked being alone. Isn't that why you ran away from everyone?
It doesn't matter.
I was standing right behind you when you threw away all those photographs, you know? I brushed your hair every night you cried yourself to sleep. I saw everything. I know what you want, but it's not here. It's gone, and it will never, ever come again.
I have no reason to live. Please, just let me go. I tried. I really did. But it's never going to be okay.
Who
The
knows?
volume is
Maybe,
inconsistent.
but one way or the other. This isn't the end of your story. It's only the beginning, my dear. And there are great things waiting for you. Believe me.
What do you want me to do?
Yes, I think it's time to explain. But where are my manners? We're still in the hall. This is not a place for a serious talk. Follow me to the next room. I'll
Probably a
tell you
Nazi.
everything you need to know.
We have ways of making you talk.
What's your offer then? What can you fix that life has destroyed?
Susan, death can fix nothing. But though we are both dead, I am not death. I might seem just like a strange old woman to you, but I'm just as powerful as gods. And I chose you, Susan Ashworth. I'll need you to go back and face 5 people. They're not ordinary people. They're very special. Just like you, only in a slightly different way.
I'm a failure. Why did you choose me? Aren't you afraid I will let you down, whatever it is I have to do? Most days, it's enough of a struggle to crawl out of bed. I don't see the point in anything. I just want to disappear. And I hate everyone else because they know how to be happy. Everywhere I turn, there are people filled with hope and will to live. Or people so pitiful, they make me ashamed to be alive. I don't want them. There's nobody there for me. I am alone. I just want to vanish.
This is the very reason I chose you, Susan Ashworth. I know how you feel, because I felt like this myself for a very long time. You and me are very much alike. If you succeed, you will never feel broken again.
Those 5 people, who are they?
The parasites, that's what I call them. They don't know each other, but their destinies are bound together. You will have to keep your eyes open and be constantly on guard. Those people will want to get closer to you. They might even pretend they are your friends, but don't let that fool you. They have nothing but cruel intentions. They'll want to hurt you, Susan. They'll want to kill you. As harmless as they might appear, parasites are the evil scum of the earth, and they all deserve to die.
Isn't my life bad enough without them?
Don't be frightened. You will have a great advantage over them. They don't know that you know. Do you understand what it means? You will become my hunter, serving punishment for their sins. A tool of destruction. A dark angel walking through the river of blood. You'll find your purpose in life and you see for the first time how satisfying it can be.
But how will I recognize them?
There isn't a great deal of people in your lonely life, is there, Susan? You will know when you see them. Bring those deceitful bastards in front of me, and we'll make them regret for everything they've done.
I like that little thing they do with their voice every now and then where it sounds more evil. Like it becomes distorted, but it also sounds like they're layering it.
What makes you think I want to go back? I finally did it. I killed myself.
What a Gabriel.
That's all I ever wanted. And yet, it turns out to be just another failure. I want this suffering to stop.
Dear Susan, you don't realize that the suffering never stops, do you? It only gets worse. This place is a passage between the world of the living and the world of the dead. You enter one of these corridors and you never come back. but you don't cease to exist. You remain.
Are you expecting me to kill them?
No, Susan, I'm expecting you to fight for survival. To do everything you can to defend yourself. I know you're not a murderer. Quite the opposite, actually. You're a good person. But I also know that you don't want to suffer, and those people will want to cause you pain. They won't hesitate. In the end, you might have no choice. Think of it as gardening. If there were weeds among the flowers, you'd pull them out, wouldn't you? You'd get rid of them without thinking twice about it.
I'm not really a gardening type, but I see your point.
I'm glad. And remember this, you are not the only victim. If you don't stop them, the killing will continue. Innocent people will die. You have the opportunity to make the difference. And a chance to save yourself.
I can't do this. It's too much. Dealing with criminals is a job for the police, not someone like me.
Indeed, you are weak. That's why I have prepared a special gift for you. Immortality. You cannot die, Susan. You will always return to life no matter what happens to you.
What? This is the last thing I wanted. Please, can't you just let me die?
I've made the decision. As long as they are alive, you cannot die.
It's blackmail. You can't do that.
I'm doing it for your own good. Anyway, you are in no position to bargain with me. You will either go and do what you have to do, or suffer for eternity. Forever unable to find your peace.
Not a third choice.
This all must be just a weird dream. I don't believe you.
Susan, see this door here? Let's go inside. I want to show you something that will help you make up your mind. Follow me.
Walk this way. Frau Blucher.
Yes, it's you, Susan. Come closer. Say hello.
I don't want to look at it. Haven't I had enough yet? That body in the ambulance. Then the forest. But this place is... This is exactly what I was trying to run away from. I don't want to be here. Make it go away.
I assumed it would be wise to give you a little taste of the suffering you would endure. I want you to understand that you can keep going long after you come.
Crucified, all alone in one place that's changed it all. They don't want to be here. I believe this is her bedroom. Oh. Stuck across, I suppose. We keep looking at it. I don't want to be here. Alright.
Susan, it's time to make a decision. The parasites are coming, whether you want it or not. You haven't really got much choice. You must stand up for yourself.
Fine. I'll do what you want.
Excellent. I'm glad you have put your trust.
Now I'm wondering what would have happened if I made choice number 2, but I'll do it my own way.
Got anyone else?
You shall not regret this, my dear. Lights up.
We're back in the house.
Yes, but there is something else that must be done. You cannot leave my kingdom before a sacrifice is made.
What? Isn't it enough already?
Do not worry, my child. This is a mere formality I'm speaking of. The door to your world won't open unless you make a sacrifice of soul and a sacrifice of blood.
Soul
It
power.
doesn't sound good at all.
See those candles here? Just blow one out, and that's it. Like I said, it's just a formality. Then on your way out, you will have to shed a few drops of blood. Not much, just a bit. Enough to open the door.
How much exactly?
Don't be afraid. It's easy. Anyone can do it. Just a sharp scratch. Is that how you used to say it?
Fine. I'll do that. Wish me luck, strange lady.
I do. When you leave my house, head to the field. That's where you should be. Goodbye, my child. I'm not going to be far. I've never been.
All right, so let's save. Use F1 through F4 keys to quick save. F5 through 5. Oh, that's a weird system. So there's 4 quick save slots, each one specifically numbered with the function keys. I don't think I've ever seen a game do that. That's weird. All right, so we just do it this way though. Save. Type name, press enter to save or write error. Okay, so this is actually probably like a hard save and the others are quick saves, so we can have 4 quick save spots and then hard saves, I guess is what's happening. Okay, just call it candles, I guess. Oh, why? Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so we could be hitting, I did. Why didn't you tell us sooner that we could be quick saving? Not one saving. Oh my goodness. All right. We're not going to get screwed again. All right, let's do the same one we did, which is this first one. See if it does the same person. So apparently there's 5 candles for the 5 people that we need to deal with. Yep, it's the same person.
They left me no choice, Alice. Maybe one day you'll forgive me.
See how easy that was? Now, head back to the field. You've got a job to do, Susan.
What the? How did I get back here?
There's definitely something there. Oh, for sure. So it's the same thing she said the first time. Crowbar. Sign underneath says emergency power switch. Danger, it's dark inside. All that's blood around the hole. Someone hurt here. Let's just reach inside. All right. Hopefully the volume isn't going to be as crazy as it was last time, because it got really loud right here. So consider yourself warned. Be ready. Oh my god, 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 what do I do? Oh my god, does this machine work? I can't. There it goes. It's like you have to do it multiple times. I remember how to, like I kept going just back and forth last time, then it finally worked. Wait, we closed the door and then it worked. Okay, that's weird. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, it hurts. It hurts. I want to get out of here. Just a little. This is a cool, it's kind of a cool way to like actually kick the game into the next gear. Very cinematic. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. 'Tis but a flesh wound. 'Tis but a scratch. Bad Wes. Like an edgy 90s movie. The rest of us meant to be on the inside. Don't worry, you've got plenty. All right, so I'm going to do a save here as soon as this finishes right here. Hopefully it doesn't just kick into the dialogue with the doctor. Second first breath. That's
yes,
appropriately titled.
Enjoy fine art.
Oh,
thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters
I guess I
often
could have hit the quick
fail
save,
to
maybe.
recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple of days. I'd really like to go home.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay, you probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously.
I have saved, but
we
not
have to make
in
sure
this
you're
part yet. It won't
safe
let me.
and figure out how to help.
So as soon as this dialogue finishes,
Also,
I'm
as a
going to
nurse
do one.
yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
Still won't let me, although will it?
She's awake, Doctor.
I don't even think it quick saved. It didn't have the
Good evening.
HUD prompt.
It's good to see you awake at last. You're in the Cedar Lake Hospital. My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors. Would you confirm your name for me, please?
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Mrs. Ashworth. Please, don't try to speak. What did you say?
What?
Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Did it say that the first time? I don't remember
Get
that.
you some water. Let me get you a drink. I'll be back in a second.
I gave a different answer that time. I gave her full name. The first time I just gave her first name. I don't know if maybe I was distracted there, but I don't remember her asking about her arm. Does anyone else remember that? This is just me.
I'm sorry, Susan.
Although
Did
that's
I
pretty
wake
much where
you?
it crashed.
I have to
Maybe we
take your
didn't even
blood
get that
pressure.
far.
2 seconds and I'm gone.
I still
My
can't
name is
save.
Liz, by the way. Hi.
You're Liz? I
I'm
thought you were
sorry.
me
I
again.
know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people
Our
up
voice is
just
different
for
now.
this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but...
Is that
you
a
are
Welsh
lucky to
accent,
anyway.
Jake?
You are so lucky.
At first I thought it was
Seriously.
Scottish, but is that
You
Welsh?
doing what you'd done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw, that was a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will. Ah, and here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted
Is
to
Welsh
say you're lucky.
South Wales?
I think.
Okay.
And that I hope you've changed your mind.
It's like,
about something.
Welsh accent to me sounds like a
That's all.
Scottish
But I'll see you
accent, but
later.
with a hint
You
of
take care,
Irish
sweetheart, yeah?
lilt to it. It's like this softness to it. Okay, can we save now? What the hell? Okay, I was like, did I do that? I still like when I hit escape, it's doing nothing. Whoa. Somebody forgot to turn the death ray off?
Bad dream.
No, just a dream like any other. No, yeah, really,
Yeah, a really
very
bad
exotic.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up.
It's a well-known fact that the Welsh are the most pleasant of the British tribes. Is it true? I was burnt up. Wait, what?
I was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened the other day. There was this woman on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all, not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course. And as soon
Her
as we
dialogue
left,
is a little
she
low.
took her bag.
Can I change my volume?
The whole room
Yeah,
went
the
up in
dialogue
flames,
volumes are
and
so
did
consistent.
she. I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you? That's just me and my big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
We're gonna be self-centered here.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm. And then
All of a sudden, I was on a field of barley. I woke up. Yes, let's tell her that.
all of a sudden, I was on the field of barley. It was great at first. I felt happy. I was free. But it soon got worse. There was this tunnel, but there was no light at the end of it, only darkness. Then I got lost in the woods. There was my dead body hanged on the tree, a burning car, and a crow, and a deer. I heard something behind the trees, but I didn't dare to look. Then I found the house. The old woman who lived there, I think she was Death. Or maybe she was the devil. I'm not sure. She said they call her the Queen of Maggots. She said I should go back.
We're
Gave
giving
me
her the
another
whole
chance.
story. Why did we bother
So,
playing it? We could
here
have
I
just
am.
gotten the story.
Weird dream, eh?
Maybe it wasn't a dream. I really believe in that sort of thing.
Maybe it wasn't a dream.
It felt
Maybe
real,
you really
but
went to another dimension.
It was just a dream.
To the death.
Can you now tell me who found me and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you would sure be dead now, Susan.
My daughter?
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden? Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the
Apparently.
fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry. How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute, but they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit, where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward. I call it Die Ward, because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
Goodness. Don't listen to Anne Robinson.
When will they let me go home?
I'm not sure.
Damn it.
Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry.
That doesn't
in the
sound very
hospital.
good.
You won't be able to go home.
Was
until
Dr.
he's
Death
talked to
already
you,
taken?
and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
That just completely contradicted everything you said. Tell me more. Did you see this daughter of mine? Tell me something about yourself. I'm tired. Let me sleep. This character doesn't seem like she would really care about others. So it would be unnatural, I would think, for her to ask her to tell her more about herself. Did you see this daughter of mine? Maybe. Yes, that would.
Did you see this daughter of mine?
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
But why would
That's a
she have
possibility too.
saved
Have you got anything
you?
very precious in your flat?
Maybe.
Maybe. My cats. Or cat. I think she just has one. Like, I thought you had to have more than one cat to be a cat lady. Isn't that part of the, one of the requirements? Are we going to actually have to exhaust all these dialogues?
Tell me more about this Dr.
I bet if we did the
X.
last one, it would
His
probably
name
end.
is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors...
She's like a Star
won't
Trek
you,
doctor. It almost
but
looks
Dr.
like
X
she's
usually
got like a
stops
Star
and
Trek
asks how I
logo.
am. He knows I have some problems.
Depression and paranoia go hand in hand,
See, I'm not
indeed.
happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah.
That make it dating.
Say he's a big flirt.
Older we are, the more cats.
Nurses,
Hard to be considered a cat lady.
cleaners, patients. He doesn't care.
At her
As long
age,
as the
one
girl
is
was
enough.
good. One girl I knew, Linda. I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now, why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut
Aren't
her
you
up.
the
I
gossip?
bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
This is
What
so
do you mean?
weird.
He smells funny. I don't know.
If
Maybe
you're afraid
it's
that
just
would
bad
need
aftershave.
900 cats.
Or maybe it's
Ginny.
something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Now that I think about it, there's something else too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
It's the smell.
But it's a bit too late for me to hide how I feel now anyway.
It's truth
I
cologne.
made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Well, sure. Tell us more about yourself.
Tell me something more
As if you
about
haven't
yourself.
already.
Me? I'm a nobody. I'm just a hard-working girl. We all have to pay our bills somehow, right? I rent a room not far from here. There are 2 other girls living in the house. One is an auxiliary nurse, like me. She's always sick. The other one is a stripper. At least I think so. She's never home at night.
I
Maybe
think
she works
so.
at night, like you.
Yeah, but I don't leave for work wearing red stockings and heels, do I?
No, you're right. You're a real nurse, not some man's fantasy of one.
I used to do all that for my boyfriend. You know,
This
dress
is
up
so
as a sexy
weird.
nurse and all. Well, I did it just once, really. He didn't like it that much. He didn't like me that much either. Broke up with me last Valentine's Day. Of all the days, he chose that one, eh? He never told me why, but I don't care anymore.
Okay.
I'm tired. Let me sleep now.
Fine. I'll see you again. Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight. Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up, right?
We'll start with a little chat about your childhood. I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and
This dude's
tell me
creepy. I
when
wouldn't tell him a
you're
thing.
ready, Susan.
Ready to take. Ready to talk. Want to wait. That's weird. Okay, ready to talk.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts.
Oh, we could have saved.
Like
Shit.
we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
All right, can we save? Damn it, I think that was our chance to save. Possibly Connor. I don't know. Do we won't. We never get to save. Oh, it saved. It quick saved at least. All right. Yeah, I had a great dad. No, he wasn't a good father to me. I was brought up without a father. What do you think she is? Why would she be in this state? Does she have daddy issues? Does she have mommy issues? She had a great dad. She has mommy issues. All right.
Yeah, I had a great dad. I have very
But he
fond
died and
memories of my
her
father.
mom
He
sucked.
was always there for me, no matter what I did. He never got angry or upset. I suppose I never really gave him any reasons to be. I was a good child.
No
Not
father.
perfect, but then again, no one's perfect.
Let's see how they rationalize
Whatever
this.
made me try to kill myself, it definitely has nothing to do with him.
Where is he now?
He died 6 years ago. Cancer.
Do you miss him?
Of course I miss him. How can you even ask me that?
It's my job to ask these questions, Susan. Let's talk about your mother now. What was she like? Would you care to tell me about her?
What is it? She had a wonderful mom, but did she die too? She was a horrible mother. That's what I was setting up the idea that she had. She liked her dad, not her mom. Dad died. They've already kind of set up. Let's go with that.
She never cared
See
about
what
me.
happens.
All that mattered to her was the booze, and never me. What I remember clearly from my early years is the image of her, sitting by the window. She'd stare at it for hours, smoking. My dad saw it all, of course, but he was unable to do anything about it. I think he just loved her too much to do anything. They argued a lot. Their
Damn,
fights
she looks
always
evil.
take
They both
place
look evil.
behind closed doors. It's one way of
That's
protecting
weird.
the child from it all. But children always know. At least I did. I remember every time they fought, I tried so hard to just go to sleep, but sleep never came. No matter how hard I tried not to listen, I couldn't stop. I just couldn't.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
I need to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
The needles are stuck at 10:08. It's probably broken, or maybe it just needs new batteries, or maybe I'm insane. I don't really want to sleep here. I'm not tired. Hello. There's nothing interesting under the pillow. Why did you even give me the temptation to? Just looking at this pillow makes me wonder how many people have died. I'm sure it's been washed many times since then. It still sends a chill down my spine. Come to think about it, I nearly died here myself. Wait, I did die, didn't I? In the ambulance, she did. So they said. Okay. Gloves rack. It's full of latex gloves, 3 different sizes. Let's take some gloves, of course. Take one glove, take a lot of. I changed my mind. I don't want any. Can I change my mind? Take one glove. For a reason unknown. Okay. Oh, sink. Turn cold water on, hot water, turn tap off. We'll just come back to that. Maybe we'll fill the glove with water or something. Wait until we actually know what we're doing. Drug chart. The list of drugs for patients inside room 2. I guess that's me. On a lot of sedatives. P.S. Stuff they're giving me could knock out a horse and give it a headache for a week, too. It could also cause hallucinations and paranoia. How bizarre. Why would they want to give me all that? I'm not crazy. I know that for sure. If anyone's crazy here, it's someone who put me on all this medication for no good medical reason. Bunch of chrysanthemums. That looked like two separate words. I was like, what the hell? Chrysanthemums. It's such a weird word, too. I hate flowers. Yes, we've established that. You're in an emo metal band. The way I'm taking flowers, especially chrysanthemums. Smell. I don't like flowers. I really don't care what these. Fine. Door. Drug chart. Nurse. It's a list of drugs for patient inside room 1. God damn it, I accidentally skipped one. It seems that on top of it all, she's taking methadone for her heroin withdrawal syndrome. At the bottom of the page, there's a note saying she's actually a private patient who's staying here out of her own free will. Lucky lady, I guess it won't be so easy for me to leave this world. Alright, well, let's check this again. What was the second name? According to this, her name is Ann Burton, 35 years of age. She's taking a lot of sedatives and has a long history of drug abuse. They must be keeping another suicidal nutcase in there. She's gone. Needs are stuck at 11:40. Ours was 10:08, right? Are all the clocks broken in this hospital? Under this one, there's nothing interesting. Oh. Okay, is there anything in this direction? The toilet door. Toilet. Someone inside.
Hello? I guess I should wait my turn.
No, you should just burst in and ask them, are you finished yet? Could you imagine if that happened? You're sitting there like, excuse me. I bet she thinks those red rimmed glasses make her look attractive. I know her kind all too well. Completely dedicated to her job, yet totally brainless and closed-minded. Don't you judge me. I'd like to go home now. Can I make a phone call? I feel much better now. Can you please discharge me?
I feel much better now. Can you please discharge me?
I'm glad to hear that. But I can't discharge you until Dr. X sees you. He should be doing his round very soon. Please return to your bed and wait for him, all right?
No.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course. But the phone's being used at the moment. Can you please come back in
Typical.
5 minutes? Thanks.
I didn't agree to that.
Is Liz here?
And who's Liz?
That young nurse who was here last night. Black hair, very chatty. She said her name was Liz.
I'm sorry. A lot of people come through here. I can't remember everyone's name. Can you return to your bed now, please? It's nearly time for your medication. I can't be chasing around after every single patient.
Beg your pardon?
Look, I'm very busy at the moment. I'll come and talk to you in a minute, all right?
Sure thing, Nurse Cratchit. It's a discharge letter for Anne Burton, currently a patient in side room 1. Wait, weren't we in side room 1? And Anne Burton was the person in side room 2? It seems she has admitted herself into hospital and is allowed to leave whenever she wishes. Did I think I pushed the wrong button? Nope, it's finished. Take?
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
That's why we just leave them lying around for
well,
people to read.
Well, maybe you shouldn't leave them out on the desk for everyone to see.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something to read,
burn.
we have some magazines for patients here.
Thanks, but I think I'll pass.
It's just me, but it thinks her voice sounds younger and more attractive than her character actually looks. These must be patients' files. They are piled up on the desk. We'll just take these as well, unless Nurse Cratchit catches us.
These. They are all confidential documents.
I was only going to
So I guess we're going to have to try to get her to leave.
Why did you dress up as a
then
patient?
we're going to
I just can't
pilfer
stand this,
these.
that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
This is typical.
Who's being sarcastic?
Wait, what did she say I was talking? Was she funny?
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
I was only going to tidy up.
I'm sorry. Are you one of the housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
Whoa, not creepy at all.
Excuse me, where's the exit?
It's just down the corridor, ma'am.
Thanks. I'll be on my way then.
Can I see the discharge letter first?
A discharge letter? What for?
Some of our patients are under observation and aren't allowed out of the ward. For their own safety, of course.
It sounds like we're prisoners here.
It's for the patient's safety, ma'am. If you haven't been discharged by the doctors, I'm afraid I can't let you through. May I ask what your name is?
It's not Susan Ashworth. Mary Smith. Just let me go, asshole.
Just let me go.
It's actually whatever
asshole.
Just forgot what her name is.
That attitude, ma'am. We're just doing our job here.
Is that your excuse for being a brainless, fascist son of a bitch? You're taking away my freedom. Are you going to hit me next?
These precautions are for your own safety, ma'am. Now, if you'll excuse us, we've got a job to do.
Yeah, standing on the corner, looking stupid. Don't get too tired, will you? Bastard.
Zing! This must be the patient inside room 2. Accidentally skipped the second thing. See, it is side room 2. But the thing on the desk had her name but said side room 1.
Hi, are you alright? Can we talk for a minute?
I can't talk. Please, just leave me alone.
Oh, I mean you no harm. I'm trapped here, just like you.
Trapped?
Kill that nurse. You can take the discharge letter.
It's just so hard to
We'll kill her with kindness.
But you're a stranger. And you're not one of those lovely nurses either. They look after me so well. I trust the nurses like I trusted my mother.
I just want to talk. I need your help.
Unless it's Mother who sent you. Was it her? Please tell me it was her.
Yeah, sure.
Smash the chrysanthemum pot on her head.
I missed her.
I think you might be onto
so
something.
much. I can't remember you very well, but you should know this. If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
Yeah, sure I do. Now, let me ask you.
What is it?
Oh, well...
What is my mother's name?
Chrysanthemum. Joan, Mary, Elizabeth, Maddie. How are we supposed to know this? Oh my god, that's a lot of names to choose from. The odds of you randomly guessing if it's one of those is pretty slim. Anne Burton. Wait, isn't that her name?
Anne Burton.
No, that's my name.
Yeah.
You don't know my mother, you little liar. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
Okay, where do we get her mother's name? It hasn't been empty in a while. There are lots of discarded medication pots in there, among other gross stuff. I'll take one of these medication pots. Okay. Note. Please stop writing messages on the mirror. While we are currently experiencing difficulties maintaining a high level of cleanliness due to sudden absence of our cleaning staff, we ask all patients to be considerate and help us keep the ward tidy. I can't look at myself. The mirror is cracked. A large pair of glasses lying on the side. Wait, take short of glass. If they find it on me, they'll think I'm a complete psycho, but it might be useful too. Skit. Well, let's not ring for assistance. It's rather filthy. I've dying for a wee ever since I woke up. Oh my god. Or kindness. Exactly. That's hilarious. The realism, the level of detail. We'll be kind and flush. Wait, I wonder if this is how we can distract the nurse somehow. Ring the bell and then run? Say to the nurse, this is for... Yeah, we can murder our way out. This is for your face. Alright, so we've got a belt, a glove. Wait, you're just gonna stand out here in the hallway? Wait, maybe these flowers. Does it say bunch of chrysanthemums? Like maybe they were a gift. And they would say like, "Love, Mum," and then have like your mother, Mary. She has multiple mothers, so she would need to clarify. Gloves. If there's like anything in here with personal information. Nope. Trying to see if we could like fill water into something, but it doesn't seem like it. Let's see if read this again was there. For Ann Burton. Doesn't have her mom's name. All right.
Please do not touch these. They are all confidential documents.
The only thing I got is we got a ring
to
for
tidy
service and then
Sorry,
try to
are
leave
you
the
one of the
room.
housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
All right, don't be an idiot then. Don't be so gullible.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
I just wanted to remind you that I'm ready to go home. I pressed it by mistake. I wanted to see how long it takes for you to answer the bell. I'm feeling a bit woozy. My mistake.
I pressed it by mistake. Sorry.
Oh. All right. It happens, I guess. I'll see you later.
All right, so one of those comments kind of gave away, I think, like maybe if we press it again, we now know how long it takes for her to arrive. So, if we do it again. The door's open. Can we get out of here? Where are we gonna? How are we gonna like get past her though?
Someone
like,
is coming.
She's coming straight towards us.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
Maybe if we tell her we feel woozy, she has to go get something for us. Press it again. Yeah, maybe. So let's see.
I'm feeling a bit woozy.
There needs to be another step.
You look fine to me.
No, I'm really not feeling well.
Fine, I'll call the doctor for you. But I can't help it if he's busy and can't get here straight away. In the meantime, I know how to make you feel better. I think it's time we give you some medication. Can you please tell me your name and your date of birth?
Susan Ashworth, are you kidding me? Mind your own business. I'm not taking anything. I'll have your name so I can make a big fat complaint. Ann Burton, born in 1975. Yes.
Ann Burton, born in 1975.
Let me just check your name band quickly.
Oh,
Miss
busted.
Ashworth, I think you got a little confused there. Drink this liquid now. It'll make you all better.
No.
Are you insane? I'm not taking any medication. I'm not ill.
Okay, we are prepared for this.
Aaron.
Jim, can you come in, please?
Uh-oh.
You must be
He's
kidding
an
me.
alien.
Unfortunately, I'm not. I'm going to give you an injection. You'll feel a sharp scratch. Hold it for me, would you?
No! Uh-oh. By the way, where do we have all that stuff we've collected?
Now, go back to your room and rest. You'll be able to relax and have a great sleep.
Ooh, what's up with the SH? Oh, now we're like the other woman. It's trippy. Narcotic. So hard to concentrate is this thing. drugs. Filled with drugs. Can we cut it open? Okay, now let's use this to collect the drugs. I'll fill it. Excellent. Okay, now what? Guessing we're done? How can this help me escape this world? Oh, alright. Wait, should we use this? Drink. I've had enough drugs already. Drinking this will probably kill me. Alright. So we're probably gonna give it to that other patient? Or the nurse? That would make sense. Here we are in Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory. You're doing it wrong!
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now. But I can't let them do that to me again.
Except I'm
I
still
need
talking
to get
to
out
myself.
of here.
We should probably say. Why does it sound like we're peeing or running the sink or I don't know what we say. Hello, you're still standing here. How would you...
Go away. Please, just leave me alone. Mother's always told me not to accept any gifts from strangers.
How old are you? Okay. You keep all that stuff in your bag of holding, clearly? Yeah. Don't want to think about where we're hiding it. It's raining here again. No real summer this year. Oh no, you're raining again? It should be... Everything should be green in the Shire this year. Alright, so where should we go? The nurse isn't gonna drink this shit. Need to do that. Talk. Anything new? I'd like to go home. Can I make a phone call? Oh wait, yeah, can we make a phone call now?
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course. But the phone's being used at the moment.
You
Can
said
you
that
please come
last
back in
time.
5 minutes? Thanks.
She's lying. Right, so what was other option? Is Liz here?
Is Liz here?
Oh wait, Liz was, I was like, we've already asked her this. I
That
can
young
remember.
nurse who was here last night.
I really wish
Black
you could skip
hair,
through the
Very
dialogues.
chatty. She said her name was Liz.
I'm sorry. A lot of people come through here. I can't remember everyone's name. Can you
I'm busy
return to
reading
your
a
bed now,
magazine
please?
or
It's
something.
nearly time for your
I don't know what she's doing.
I can't be chasing around.
I'm busy
every
staring at
single
my
patient.
crotch.
Beg your pardon?
Come back later.
Look, I'm very busy at the moment.
Just indeed,
I'll come and talk
Frishy.
to you in a minute,
Your little
alright?
gaffer's potato plants. Nice. Alright, so... There's no way the security guards are gonna drink this. Here. I brought you a Jell-O shot. There's no one here that I can give it to. But there is.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from
You
your doctor
have two
first.
patients, right?
Right. It seems that a discharge letter is the only ticket out of here.
Alright, so... What? We go ring the bell, I guess. That's all I got right now. Shh, we can't... Oh, let's try talking to her.
If you really are a friend, you will
We'd
know
know
my
my mother's name. Alright,
The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
You know, the other thing is to go look at that letter again. It didn't have her mother's name on it, right? Joan, Mary, Elizabeth, Mandy, Sarah, Alice. Can't leave.
I don't know.
No, of course you don't. Leave me alone. Please, just leave me alone.
I guess we could have randomly guessed, but it just didn't seem. So before we go ringing the bell again, let's see. For Ann Burton. It's nothing. And then there's this stuff here. Patient files. She won't let us take it.
Please do not touch
and
these.
We can't skip
they
it.
are all
right.
confidential documents.
That's where we're going to get her mother's
I'm
name.
sorry.
It's from
Are you one
that
of the
file.
housekeepers? Why did you dress up as a patient?
I just can't stand mess, that's all. And there's no need to be sarcastic.
Who's being sarcastic?
And the glove and the strap. What are we going to do with those? In mirror. Oh, we. No, we. I was about to say we had the piece of glass, but no, we used that to get to cut the whatever heart, the drug heart.
Someone is coming.
Maybe it's one of the other dialogue choices here with the nurse.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
So we've already tried the I am feeling a bit woozy. Press mistake. Ready to go home. That's not going to work. Let's see what she says when we
I want
tell her
to
this.
see
Let's
how
be
long
honest.
it takes you to answer the bell.
Look, I'm a nurse. I have a lot of paperwork to do. We're doing our best here. It's not my fault that suicidal fruitcakes like you come here and
Oh my
scratch
God.
and piss on the bloody walls.
Hey, don't speak to me like that. I'm not suicidal, and I'm not a fruitcake.
You're not
And I
suicidal.
didn't scratch anything, let alone pissing on the walls.
Why do I bother? I think it's time we give you some medication. Can you please tell me your name and your date of birth?
Okay, so our band on our wrist is wrong. So I think so that must be what we need to get rid of the nurse so we can see the file. We get the girl's mother's name from the file. We then somehow use that to get her band, whatever, her hospital band with her name on it, which then we use in here.
I'll have your name, so I can make a big fat complaint.
There is no need for that attitude. First, you are being disruptive when I'm just trying to do my paperwork. And now
She's
you
the
are
employee of the month for
threatening me.
sure.
Oh, you should know we are only following the doctor's orders here. Now, forget that silliness and let me have a quick look at your wristband. Miss Ashworth, I strongly suggest you take this, all right? That's a good girl. Now, drink it down.
Nope.
You'll feel much better.
I'll just put it in my pocket. No crap.
Now, go back to your room and rest. You'll be able to relax and have a great sleep.
Alright, let's see if there's anything else we can do in this state. Alright, so we can go in our own room. Can't go in that one. This thing. We can't go any further. Alright, let's go check out our room. I'm not sure that I did that last time. Oh no, we did, because we had to go. We eventually just went and laid down. And that's how it ended. Alright, there's nothing else to interact with. Alright. So, there aren't many things that we can do.
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now. But I can't let them do that to me again. I need to get out of here.
What can we do with this? Who would we give it to? How can this help me escape? Keep checking under the pillow. Maybe the tooth fairy came. Bed, clock. Is that a clue? The time. That was 10:08. The other one was 11 something. We could take a lot of gloves. Why? I have no idea. Swap bands with the other patient. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking we need to do, but how, though, is the question. Like, I think we need to get a series of events that we need to do. You had a job interview with some store. You noticed the manager who had made himself employee of the month every month for years. Are you serious? That's hilarious. So when you were offered the job, you declined? That's too funny. Yeah, you're like, so what are the odds of me being employee of the month? That would be, you know, what would have been really funny is just to ask him, so, like, what are the perks for winning employee of the month? So I'm a real overachiever. I'd like to know. Yeah, so we need to swap wristbands with her. We need to get that note. We need to get her mother's name. So obviously we need to get the nurse to leave, which will get us the name, which will start everything in motion. We'll probably find the name, take the note, swap bands with her, and that'll get us out of here. How do we get the nurse to leave her station? Maybe clog the toilet with the gloves. You're brilliant. Yeah, I think you're onto something there. On the wall, we're literally 50 odd for. Are you? That's like something out of a movie. Excellent. All right, and let's ring for assistance.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang?
I made big poo-poo.
The toilet's blocked.
What? Well, that's hardly an emergency.
It is when you need to use it urgently, like I do.
You
I
bitch.
see. Fine, I'll sort it out. Just give me a minute.
Fine, I'll go rummage through your desk.
It's the gloves again. I guess I'll have to get my hands dirty since the cleaner's called in sick.
Good luck with that. Do-do-do-do-do. Nothing to see here. I work here. Sure you. You don't need what? Alright, fine. Take this then. Yes, that's exactly what I need to finally go home. But it's not going to be enough. It's not going to work. We need more. So I guess maybe we have to do that. We have to try to use this and it's going to fail. Wait, I wanted to use it. This is my ticket out here. I guess maybe, or we not. God dang it.
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a discharge letter from your doctor first.
Here. Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that
All
you
right,
are
so
indeed
basically we need to...
Oh.
And now
right.
hopefully we can
Name band. I think
go back to the desk and get...
left it in my room. I'll go and get it, shall I?
They would just be like, or what's the one on your wrist? But we need her mother's name. Why wouldn't we? God damn it. Now what? Alright, so... we need her wristband. Let's just try talking to her.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
So are any of those names beautiful? It's the one on your wrist. Yeah. Like, hello? Joan, Mary, Elizabeth, Manly, Sarah, Alice. Are any of those beautiful names? Elizabeth is the most... I don't know what you would call it. You go back in the shitter, the nurse is dead with the blood dripping off. So, I don't know.
Elizabeth.
No, you're wrong. Leave
You're
me
wrong.
alone. Please, just leave me alone.
So we have that band. Wait. So this is...
Shall we swap our name bands?
Mother always told me not to talk to strangers. I can't take it. I'm being good now. Only talk to my nurses and good friends.
Like, it's like she's 4. I was trying to think of like how old she would have to be to behave like that. I didn't even realize until now that that was a hospital band. I thought it looked like a belt or something. Like something, you know, you see them like strap crazy people into their bed. I didn't realize what it was until just now. So, so we need to make her believe we're a nurse? Is that what's happening here? Look, we have a glove. I'm a nurse. No. We'll go in here and we'll kill the nurse and take her uniform?
It wasn't you who did it, was it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Someone just stuck a bunch of... Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's sorted now. I just hope it's the last time I've put my hands in that stinking toilet.
I suspect it may not. We may need to use that ploy one more time. It's in the bin. Lots of discarded medication pots, some other gross stuff. Take one of these medication pots. Not another one. We already have one. Reminds me of the character you meet at the start of Silent Hill 2. Very immature woman with intense mother issues. Alright. Yeah, I need to play through that. Okay. Any ideas, chat? Other than to see if like anything's changed, if there's any new dialogue options when we go out to the nurses station. And the glove. What would we do with that? Who can we get to take the meds? Our mystery nightmare meds. Use the phone, please.
Can I make a phone call, please?
Oh, yes, of course.
You give
The
letter
phone's
to
being
Anne.
used at the moment. Can you
Okay,
please
let's
come
try
back in
it, see what
5
happens.
minutes? Thanks.
Nope. Although let me. I have to somehow trick the guards into thinking I am Anne. We do actually quite similar. Oh. Oh, me. Out. So now. Nope. Doesn't give the give option. Okay, so wait, so what about this? Doesn't have the give. What about this?
Go
Yeah.
away.
Oh wait, we can
Please,
drink it.
Just leave me alone.
Maybe we need to
Mother's
drink it.
always told me not to accept any gifts from
Wait, where did it
strangers.
just go? It just went empty. Oh, that's weird. It just moved to the end. Okay, that's weird. Let's drink it. You've got it? What? I have enough of these drugs already. What? You used the glass. The glass shard is gone, though. We used the glass shard. We consumed it when we collected the drug. But what did you say? Were you just being sarcastic? Facetious. Use the glass shard to skin Anne and then put on her skin. Oh, you were being facetious. Sorry. Excellent. But wait, but we already look similar. We are the same size. Funny, I'd say Anne looks more like how I imagine our character based upon her voice. Like her voice should be more scratchy and all, like she's like, she's been smoking for all these years. So, I think when we go to security guards, we don't get any sort of give options. We just have to trigger the dialogue. And then it doesn't work because we don't, like she automatically tries to give them the letter, but we need the wristband. On her drug chart. I think we might need to plug the toilet again. There's crap in our inventory now. I already got what I wanted. I don't have to do it again. Damn it! Wait. Oh, excuse me. Maybe a single glove. So we can make like a water balloon out of it. Throw it. All right, now what? Nope. Oh, this is probably a mistake. Probably gonna would suck if it puts us into that. If we have to take the drugs again and go through that for nothing.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
I just wanted to remind you that I'm ready to go home.
Oh, is that so? Well, guess what? I haven't forgotten. It takes time. I could lose my job if I don't follow the correct procedures. Why do I bother? I think it's time we give you some medication.
No!
Can you please tell me your name
He's
and
hilarious.
your date of birth?
Mind your own business. I'm not taking anything.
I don't think so, darling. Now, you really don't have to lie.
Wait,
We're
maybe.
only trying to help, you know. Now, let me have a quick look at your name band.
We need to
I
take.
strongly suggest you take this.
Maybe
alright?
we take the drug that we have on us instead of what she wants to do.
That's a good girl. Now, drink it down. You'll feel much better.
What if there's a way to do that where we
Go back
take,
to your room and rest.
instead of what she's giving
You'll be
us,
able
we're
relax
able to
and have a
take
great sleep.
whatever the hell it is that we have. Look at the mirror in your dream. Can't turn towards it. What are you thinking? Wait, what's our name? I can't. What do you, I'm... That audio sounds... Complete it somehow? Yeah. How? Don't know. And I can't remember. So, what is our character's name? Do you have anything to fill in those 3 spaces? Feel free to tell me, because I'm like blanking. If you have an idea. God damn it. Got my slippers down here. It's kind of cold here. We're getting down. Just when we got warmer, we're down just above freezing. They're too warm and fuzzy. I can't keep them on. My feet get too hot. So it's a constant on and off. But you don't want to give you the answer, just hints? I'm blanking. But how are we? Okay, so if I knew what those other 3 things were, it would complete. Well, we might be here forever. Because I'm blanking right now. How could we complete it, though? Oh, and it's gone. Can't use the toilet. Alright. Sheila. The only thing we can interact with is this thing, which it's going to let us fill a second cup, probably. Why? No idea. Sure what to do with it. It won't let us fill another one.
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now. But I can't let them do that to me again. I need to get out of here.
Alright, what the hell's our name? It's Susan, right? What the? Why can't it? And her name is Anne. Anne Burton, right? She's Anne Burton. Where's Susan Sarandon? Fog the mirrors. With the hot water. Oh, of course. Let me out. And then now trigger it. You know, I've played enough of these games. You'd think I would figure out by now that, like, there's so few things to do. Just do everything and eventually...
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
I pressed it by mistake. Sorry.
Oh. All right. It happens, I guess. I'll see you later.
Oh, God damn it. I didn't... Forgot she walked off. I was thinking it didn't matter what I said, that she would give me drugs.
Someone is coming.
Have you rang the bell? Is there an emergency?
I'm feeling a bit woozy.
Are you really? You look fine to me.
No, I'm really not feeling well.
Fine, I'll call the doctor for you. But I can't help it if he's busy and can't get here straight away. In the meantime, I know how to make you feel better. I think it's time we give you some medication. Can you please tell me your name and your date of birth?
Susan Ashworth.
Susan Ashworth, 24th of May, 1970.
I'm just going to check your name band now to confirm that. That's fine. That's fine. I'd like you to drink this liquid, please. It will help you relax. It will help you relax.
Whoa. You don't need to repeat yourself.
That's a good girl. Now, drink it down. You'll feel much better. Now, go back to your room and rest. You'll be able to relax and have a great sleep.
Didn't I turn the hot water on? I'm pretty sure I turned the hot water tap on. Did I not? God damn it. Damn it. Did I not? Is that why you said with hot water? Because I turned the cold water on? I could have... I intended to turn the hot water on. I thought I turned the hot water on. God damn it. Correct your grammar. Yeah.
The drugs have worn off and I feel better now. But I can't let them do that to me again.
I didn't interact with the mirror after turning on the hot... Oh. Oh. And then... Alright, I'm an idiot. Right. I don't know, I was like expecting it to just reveal something. I didn't think I needed to write in it. I'm a dummy. Alright. Not the mirror, the sink. Run hot. But it didn't, like, visibly do anything, so I didn't even think to interact with it, because... Oh, there it went. I didn't have to... Why did it do it that time? I had to, like, move in front of it or something. And it is Sheila. You were right. Okay, so now... Let's try this again. Oh, that's her mother's name. So we don't even... Is that the beautiful name?
Is there an emergency?
I pressed it by mistake. Sorry.
Oh.
So we don't even need to go through all of that then.
I guess. I'll see you later.
Was Sheila one of the options? I guess it was it? I don't remember. I'm not paying attention. You should go on the game show with the big wheel. Yeah. Wheel of misfortune.
If you really are a friend, you will know my mother's name. The name that haunts me. A beautiful name.
But I know it. Let me just think for a second.
Wait. She just knew it. Hello?
Sheila.
Yes. It was my mother who sent you after all. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. But my head's all messed up.
So, let's have a little chat, sweetheart. Do you know how to get out of here?
You're not supposed to get out. We must stay here. Do what they say. Take pills they give us. Sometimes, if I behave, they give me the red stuff. I wait for it. I'm being good.
I have some red stuff for you.
Red stuff?
It's a drug. My favorite one. Red stuff takes the pain away. I must stay here.
So weird talking to her.
The nurses have been most kind.
Sheila was not an option?
Remember,
okay.
They know I'm suffering. But it is not the same as the drugs I see in my dreams.
It's weird the way she's talking. It's like she's talking like she's like a really little kid with a lisp.
I just can't seem to find it anymore.
I see.
See what happens if we say this. We need to just give her the stuff now.
Our name bands?
Oh yeah, I don't mind. But that would be like a favor to you, yeah?
Well, technically, you wouldn't lose anything, because I'd give you my name band instead. Does that make any sense?
Sure, yeah. I do want something better in return, though. I'm not that stupid. I know you'll use it to get out of here.
Oh, I never said you're stupid. I just really want to go home. Please understand.
That's fine. I don't mind. I'll give it to you if you get me the red stuff. What do you say?
I thought nurses give it to you anyway.
No, not that. I'm talking about the real thing. Something you can only get in the world of dreams. Now that is something special.
Is it safe?
It's perfectly safe.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Well, we already have some. Why wouldn't she just go straight to that? I just want out of the conversation now.
What exactly is this little treat you mentioned?
It's the red teardrop of pure happiness. They bring it, I drink it down, and my pain goes away.
They did a terrible job of recording her audio.
It's like I'm going crazy.
Hear her blowing on the microphone constantly.
It's funny, but I just get so fucking angry sometimes. I'm dying, I think. We're all dying, I heard. She said I'd go to hell for it, but I didn't do anything. I didn't know. Does he know?
Who?
Him!
Right. Okay. No, probably not.
I need the red medicine. I need it now.
Well, I'd give you some if I could just get out of this dialogue loop.
Maybe I could get you some of that stuff. Do you know where they keep it?
Oh, they have it hidden well. You can't get there. Or maybe you can. I see it in my dreams sometimes. It's where the nurses are. But in my dream, there are no nurses there.
It's like she recorded her dialogue with using a headset microphone.
So near, and yet so far. I can still hear the broken heartbeat of the spider's heart.
There we go, finally. I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk
to you later.
Yeah?
Yes. Go. Be careful.
See you later, crazy. I mean, Anne.
Remember, we must be nice to earn the red stuff. Always be nice.
Poor woman.
All right. So, back.
I've found the thing you asked me for, but are you absolutely certain it won't harm you?
Don't be silly. Of course it won't.
Fine. I hope you.
She's just gonna keel over dead.
Can I have your name band now, please?
Yes. No matter what they say, I do keep my promises.
What do they? You know what?
It's exactly what I was thinking. That's hilarious.
Thank you for your help.
The hell was that noise? Okay, so now we have the letter and the armband. Can we leave now?
Sorry, Mom, can't let you through. We'll need to see a
You just
discharge
call me
letter
Mom.
from your doctor first.
I'm not your mum.
Are you happy now?
Yes, that seems fine. Can I just check your name band to confirm that you are indeed Anne Burton?
Oh, all right. I didn't realize you knew how to read.
Oh, that's a
Can we
zinger.
go now?
Of course. Thank you, Mom. We'll see you soon.
I am not your mother.
No, you won't. Now get out of my way.
She's so mean. And we're not out yet. Great. Now what? The storage room door. Why would we need to go in here? What about here? Dime ward, maternity ward. So is dime ward, is that actually like a common term? Well, shit.
And you must be Susan Ashworth.
No, I'm Anne Burton.
Well, perhaps I am.
Do you mind if I ask you where you're heading to?
I was just going for a little walk.
Ma'am means madam.
Stretch my legs.
Sounds more like he's
In the
saying
fresh air.
mom, though.
Give it a rest. I'm not going anywhere.
Miss Ashworth, please relax. There's been a mistake. You have been prescribed wrong medication. I apologize sincerely on behalf of my team and the hospital, but luckily we managed to spot it on time.
On time? You have no idea what I've been through?
Once again, I'm truly sorry. I promise no more drugs will be given to you. I personally guarantee you will have a good, peaceful sleep tonight, and you can be discharged in the morning.
Why can't I go tonight? I want to go now.
I'm really sorry, but we can't legally discharge suicidal patients without a full psychiatric assessment. It's too late for it now, but I promise we'll have a chat in my office first thing in the morning, okay? And then you can go home. Is that all right?
I haven't really got much choice, have I?
No.
Now I'd like to ask you some questions about your life, Susan. You might find them very personal, but it's important
That painting
you
on the
answer
wall is
me
pretty
as
creepy.
honestly as possible.
Fine. Let's get it over with then, shall we? I'd like to go home at
That
last.
wouldn't fill me with a lot of
Of
confidence if you
course,
go into
I
a
understand.
physician and they have something
So,
like that on
Susan,
their wall.
Let's see. Are you living alone at the moment?
It's going to prescribe leeches and a bloodletting. I read what was? Could you repeat the question, please? I wasn't paying attention. I rent a flat. It's quite lonely most of the time. I live on my own. It quite suits me fine. I live with a friend. She must be worried sick about me.
I live on my own, and it suits me just fine. I don't need anyone. People mostly bore me. Sometimes they annoy me or upset me. I'm happy with how things are at the moment. I have my little bit of space, and it's my own. It's private. I'd like to keep it that way.
What do you do for a living?
What do we do? We haven't had any clue about that, have we? Whatever, just go
I'm
choice
between
one.
jobs at the moment. I'll find something soon, but it's been difficult. I didn't feel that great. I felt weak and powerless and tired most of the time. I felt really awfully tired.
Typical depression symptoms. We can give you something for that. You'll feel stronger and motivated.
I admire your faith in modern medication, Doctor. I hope you're right.
Describe to me what your mornings look like. What is the first thing you do each day?
I pet my kitty cat. I drink strong coffee and smoke on the balcony. I eat breakfast, cereal usually, a cup of tea and read a newspaper. I lie in bed awake, can't get myself to open my eyes. I go to the toilet, doesn't everyone? I put on the TV so I can watch some old TV. I go to the toilet.
I go to the toilet. Doesn't everyone?
Fair enough.
Why is this?
What is the
This
next
is so annoying.
thing you do then?
Oh, I don't know. I just muddle through, I guess. Don't think there's any routine to it. It depends how I feel that day.
Would you say that you feel safer at home than outside?
Yeah, I suppose. It's not really about safety. I've just felt sad for a long time now. Really sad, you know? Somehow it brings me down even more when I go out and see all those happy, successful people. It makes me feel more like a failure. If I don't see it, it doesn't hurt that much.
What do you think is missing in your life? Or rather, what is one thing that you think would make your life better?
More cats. It would be nice to have more money, I guess. A good friend, someone I could finally trust. That's silly, but I wish I was better looking. Something to fight for, you know? A reason to go on. Sure.
Something to fight for, you know? A reason to go on.
There's always a reason to live. Sometimes we just don't see it that clearly.
We still have to deal with
Doctor,
5 people.
I must have gone all blind then,
There's no way we're
because I can't
finishing this
see
tonight.
any.
Have you ever attended group therapy for depression or some other form of counseling?
Do you mind? I've got things to do. I've got a checklist that a demon gave me, and I really need to get on it. Yes, I didn't help much, as you could see.
Yes, it didn't help much, as you can see.
World Proletarian Revolution.
I can see you're really willing to open up and talk about your issues. That's a positive sign.
I haven't really talked about my feelings for a long time.
You're doing very well so far. Do you have problems sleeping?
Rarely. I sleep well most nights. If anything, I probably sleep too much.
Would you describe for me how you feel at the moment?
Annoyed. Definitely better than before. I feel like the whole world is against me. I feel fine now, or definitely better than before?
I feel fine now. I feel like I want to change my life for the better.
And I'm not
really
just
sure
saying
how
that
yet,
because it's what you want to hear.
but I really want to try.
Do you find it hard to concentrate?
Only when you're talking.
No, not really.
Do you drink alcohol, Susan?
No,
That's good. Alcohol is a powerful depressant.
I never really liked drinking.
Excellent. Sometimes when life gets too much and people feel sad or upset, they think about suicide. Do you often think about suicide?
Well, she did try to kill herself, so... But no, of course not. I don't know what got into me. Well, I used to think about it sometimes. Yes, I think about it. No, we want to get out of here as quickly as possible.
No, of course not. I don't know what got into me. It's hard to explain why I did it. I must have thought there was no other options left. But I never used to think about it or plan it. It just happened. As if I'd suddenly lost control. I knew what I was doing was wrong, and yet I was unable to stop it. Strange, isn't it?
Please, in your own words, try to explain
Oh
to
my
me,
God.
why did you really try to take your own life, Susan?
Because I was tired of people asking me too many questions and not letting me go about my business. I would hate to feel that way again. May I go now? It was just a sudden impulse. I'm ashamed of it. Nothing was making me happy anymore. I wanted to show everyone how hurt I was. See, it's like I just want to say these answers in the hope of getting out of here faster, but they don't feel like honest answers. Surely that's not how she feels. Nothing she has said really would lead us to believe that's how she truly feels. It should say like lie after it, so you could feel like, okay, we'll say that, but we're saying that just because. I mean, because that's the position that this character should be in right now. She just needs to get out of here, so she can get about the business of whether she believes it or not. Does she even truly believe what happened in her dream?
It was just a sudden impulse. I'm ashamed of it now. I had a really
Because
rotten
reasons,
day,
that's why,
you know?
yeah.
I felt like I was
Because
suffocating between the four walls of my bedroom. It just would get worse and worse. By the afternoon, I realized I cried for the past 3 hours. I didn't even know I'd been crying until I went to the bathroom and saw my face in the mirror. I looked like a ghost. I looked like I was dead already, you know? And then I saw the sleeping pills. I thought, why not? And I did it.
see that's just stupid.
Do you feel as if you're a burden, or that life isn't worth living?
Not anymore.
Not
I just gotta go.
It's
Can I go?
strange, but I feel lighter. I feel stronger. Besides, I live alone. Who could I be a burden to?
What makes you feel better?
My cat misses me. Can I go? Oh, look, my cats.
Cats. I always
Ooh,
put
plural.
out a bowl of food for the stray cats. They're ever so grateful. I like their company.
What makes you feel worse?
People that let me down. I hate it when it rains all the time. That's what Red would say. Noise. Too much noise really upsets me. Loneliness. I wish I had someone to talk to. You can talk to your cat. Hard to say. It could be anything.
People. They've let me down too many times. I don't know who to trust anymore. I only trust my cats these days.
So you say in the
I knew
suicide
it.
note.
Because that's true. I've been stabbed in the back more times than I could count.
Have you imagined your funeral and how people will react to your death?
She did say thanks for nothing.
I imagined it often. I hoped people would feel guilty. But then again, probably no one would come. Mine would be one of those graves covered in weeds and dirt, stuck in the far corner of the cemetery where nobody ever goes. And sad old Susan Ashworth would get forgotten quicker than yesterday's rain. Now, when I think about it, I know that really isn't what I want.
Finally, I'd like you to tell me about Eric.
Eric?
Yes, your husband. I
What?
believe this might be important.
Ooh.
What can you tell me about your relationship? What had happened between you two?
I don't really want to talk about this. It has nothing to do with him. There's nothing to talk about. It's getting late. Can we talk about it some other time? This came out of nowhere. There's been like zero hints whatsoever that she was married, right? Especially when she was like denying having a daughter. I would have assumed that she was single all her life. There's nothing to talk about.
Fine. I suppose you've opened enough for one day. Okay, one more question. This is just a formality, but I have to ask, are you going to do it again?
That's a hard one. I don't know.
Wait, why would you say that? You want to get out of
Got
here.
it. The answer is no, I'm not. Thank you very much.
Wait, what?
Excellent. We're nearly done here. There's just one more thing I must clear with you.
That was kind of weird.
What exactly happened last night?
Well, after I'd met you outside the ward yesterday, I went back to my room and fell asleep. I slept really well, considering what happened earlier. But then someone woke me up. It was the same nurse who was so friendly with me the first night. She said we needed to talk.
We must go, Susan. You are not safe here.
But...
Please, you must follow me, quickly.
What? What?
I went after her. The ward seemed very quiet. It must have been late at night.
Hurry!
Wait for me. Tell me what's going on here.
It's kind of interesting how I have to control the character.
The security guys were gone. She pointed at the corridor and said,
You go first. I'll explain everything in a minute. Susan, if we don't escape now, they're going to hurt you. Please trust me. I know a way out of here. I'll help you escape. Let's go down this corridor. I'll be right behind you.
I think I can hear someone coming.
Damn it! We can't go through there. Let's turn back, Susan. I know another way.
This is weird.
Turn left here. We can use the maintenance lift to get us out of this place.
What are we doing on the roof?
We can fly!
What the hell are you doing? And
why is she covered in blood?
On your clothes? Liz.
It's quicker than the stairs. And besides, all the doors are locked anyway. This is the only way out of here. The only escape. Let's both jump. It won't hurt, you'll see.
You've lost your mind. Get down here right now.
I've made up my mind. I need to end this suffering now. Besides, I have no one to live for anyway. No one ever listened to me. No one ever cared.
I listened. You're a nice girl. You have your whole life ahead of you.
You listened.
So
did
low.
You really?
Of course I did. You talk a lot, but I've always been a good listener. I liked talking to you.
So do you remember that story then? The one I told you the other night? The one about the woman in A&E?
Wait, did she tell us a story? All of these are different. She disappeared and was later found dead in the toilet. The one who kicked the security guard in the crotch. Yeah, she smoked a cigarette and burned in bed. Whatever.
One who kicked the security guy in the crotch.
You just made that up, didn't you? I've never said such a thing. You're a liar.
But, okay, I can prove to you that I listened. Just don't jump, please.
You can prove it. Fine. I'll give you a second chance. Did I tell you about my flatmate? Did I tell you what one of them does for a living?
Okay,
if
yes.
If you really listened, you will remember this one.
Did she tell us the first part? This I remember. Well, one is a stripper, and the other was a nurse.
She's a stripper.
Yes. Or at least that's what I think she is. You've listened. I just wish other people did.
I'm sure they do. It can't be that bad.
What do you know? Why do you care anyway?
I don't want you to make the same mistake I did.
I thought you of all people knew how it feels when you're trapped. And you can't trust anyone?
Look, I'm sure there must be someone who cares about you.
My colleagues don't care, my family don't care, even my fucking boyfriend never cared. He said he needed to go find himself. Did I tell you when he broke up with me?
Yes, Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day?
Yes. Valentine's Day. You've got this one right. But it's not enough. Don't feel responsible.
We got an achievement.
You didn't cause me this pain, this suffering. I have to do this to be free again. Jump with me, Susan. Do it while you still can.
No!
But she doesn't actually exist, right? When exactly did all this happen? She said this happened the night before? Where were we when all of this happened? And she was asking the nurse where Liz was at. None of this doesn't make sense.
After that, I went back. I tried telling people about Liz, but they all thought I was crazy again and didn't believe me.
And you are absolutely sure you saw Liz jump off this building?
You know, it doesn't matter. I just want to finish this and get some fresh air.
Susan, I know Liz well. She wouldn't do something like that. As a matter of fact, I saw her this morning. She's fine. I'd like you to come with me and see her. Say hi. Make sure she's all right.
Stop treating me like I'm crazy.
But
Fine.
you are.
I'll go. I don't even care that much anyway. The door is locked?
I plan ahead, Susan. I had a feeling in my gut, and my gut's never wrong. I feel like I really got to know you, though. I'm very sorry you've had such a difficult life.
This dude is creepy.
I like your green eyes and your sleek cheekbones. You're a clever girl, Susan, but the sadness has poisoned you for too long. There is no coming back from it.
Would you like to have unprotected sex with me?
For what it's worth, I would have let you go if it wasn't for Liz.
What the fuck? I did not see that coming. The reason why I made that crack is because Liz told her the story of like how that doctor knocked up another nurse and they had to get rid of her. All right, what the hell?
Who are you?
I am the Crow, of course.
Of course.
I will get you out of here. Unless Susan wants to stay. I thought so. There are 2 doors leading out of this place. One of them will simply take Susan back to where she belongs. But behind the other one, there is a great reward for her. It's something she always wanted. Something she longs for every single day.
Where are those doors? I can't see them.
Just walk back to the right side of the stage. Ideally, the Susan can't miss them.
Is that stage right? Or audience right?
That's Susan like my girls.
It's pretty creepy.
I knew she would.
Whatever they are, tell them to stop staring.
But they are here to guide Susan. They are the guardians of the doors. They know which door she should enter to get her rewards. But there is one problem.
There's always a problem. I'm not even surprised. Which door should I go through?
I will leave that to Susan's own best judgment. But this might be her only chance to find what she had lost. Waste it. And Susan will never get it back. Susan has one question. And she can only ask one of them. She must use it wisely.
Fine, I can do that. But what's the catch?
It's very simple. One of my girls always tells the truth, while the other one always lies.
Okay, so
And
the game...
I'm guessing you can't tell me which is which?
It's something I've forgotten myself a long time ago, Susan. But does it really matter? One question is all Susan needs to find the right door.
Well, if the one on the right is the one originally that said always tells the truth. insult. All right, so we can only ask one question. So I guess insulting is okay? Wait, hold on. Excuse me. It's a quick save. Can we make a proper save? And his escape. Okay. Wait, maybe if I'm not in this. Yeah, there we go. Save. Dolls. I wanted to say chapter 2 dolls. I really need to put that much. Okay. Insult.
You're just an ugly, disgusting, disfigured, foul, hideous thing.
That wasn't very nice.
That'll teach you to stop staring, you horrible, ugly doll.
Dull? I thought she was a doll. It's not like she said dull. What the hell? So which... Man, I feel like there is a puzzle of this nature, and I'm trying to remember what it is. Like, there's at least one. There's probably multiple like logic puzzles like this about one lies and one always tells the truth, and the things that it tells you. It's like you're supposed to solve the puzzle by knowing one always lies and the other one just tells the truth. I cannot for the life of me remember what that puzzle is. There's a lot of question. All right. So, all right. So if one lies, one tells the truth, how do we ask opposing questions that would lead us to a definitive answer? Store will lead me to the reward, which will take me back to my world. So if we ask one a positive question and ask the other one a negative question on the same topic, okay, which door would the other doll point me to? But we can only ask one question. Is the other doll a liar? If I enter the left door, will I get a reward? Which door would you enter to get the reward? Wait. Hold on. Can we go back to him? What exactly do I want? Because which door will lead me to my reward? Which door will lead me to my world? How are those not the same thing? Can I leave this conversation? Oh, I can't. I'm stuck in this. Or wait, can I go left or right? No. We're stuck in this. We have to ask something. Which door should I not enter? So if I ask one, which one should I not enter? And I've asked the other one, which door should I enter? If they both say the same door, that's the correct door. If they both say could they say opposite doors? No, they would have to say the same door. If I ask one, which one should I use, the other one I shouldn't use, they should give the same answer, right?
Which door should I not enter?
So is that door number 1? All right, so I should not enter that. Which door should I enter? Oh, wait, I can only ask one of them a question? Oh, no. Damn, I thought I got to ask each one of them a question. How am I supposed to discern from that? So I have no way to... Damn it, I thought I got to ask each one of them a question. So how do I know whether that was the truth or not? Don't enter this one. Are you lying? Crap. I don't think I asked the right question. Well, I hope you didn't lie to me. Okay. Okay. I guess we need... The hell? Hospital body bag. No duh. Or it's a really bad, shit, what do they call those suits? The weird, like, bondage suits? Oh, it's like right there. I keep wanting to say gig bag, like, which is like a soft case for a musical instrument. What are they? No, not a ghillie suit, right? Because that's the camouflage sniper suit. What are those things called? What are those like black leather bondage full body suits with a zipper? The hell are those? I can't remember. A gimp. Yeah, thank you. Of course, I was close. Wait, it's us again. The hell? With our beautiful green eyes. Why are we covered in blood? He died from pills. Well, although I guess the doctor stabbed us.
You treacherous, dirty bastard. I opened my heart to you, and you stabbed me to death in cold blood. You'll pay for this. I swear you will. But this means the old woman was right. I can't die. I'm immortal. I think it's time to find out how very mortal you are, Doctor.
It's the suicide note I wrote. Why would he put it up on? My name is Susan Edgeworth. I live alone in this old 2-bedroom flat. I rarely go outside. Okay. He brings his victims down here in the hospital body bags. Another unlucky victim of the killer. This one looks like she's been dead for a long time. What the hell? How did we end up in here? Was it even locked? God damn it. What did it say? Ugh, I hate when it goes really fast. If I hold the button down too long, it just skips to the next one. Well, all right, whatever. Okay. I thought we were going to move it in front of this other door so we could peek through it or something. I have no idea what we're doing. Run the hot water. Wait, I've seen this trick. Not going to work. Damn it. There's an old bar of soap on the shelves. Wait, should we take it and then wash up? Front of the sink? Oh, what was that? It's covered in lather now. It might be useful for something, I guess. Okay. You never know when you might need a saw blade. Whoa. Alright, well, let's see. So we can go that way. Can we go this way as well? Oh, God. I've seen something like this before. The living paintings. Except this one here is a dead body suspended on wires and tied. Oh, it is, isn't it? Oh, that's creepy AF.
You're gonna pay for this, you bastard.
This has gone in a really bizarre direction. As if the game wasn't already bizarre, but... That's so funny, lady with the arm. Body is quite badly decomposed already. While real art lasts forever, Doctor's models will soon rot and fall apart. That sick man, how did he manage to hide all this madness? I guess he couldn't get hold of real Ermine, so he used this creepy baby doll instead. Big doll's head. I could probably find some use for this. Why would she be thinking, like, oh yeah, this doll head? Danger. Seems this place has been closed down for a long time. One day, when they eventually demolish it, the evidence will get buried deep under the piles of... Oh, it's Liz. God, it's Liz, but it's impossible. I spoke to her last night. I tried to stop her from jumping, and yet here she is, stuck on a metal rod, looking like she's been dead for a lot longer than that. What happened then? Was it just a dream? Am I really going crazy? Or was she really there, just already dead? Pockets are empty. I hope at least you will find some peace in death. Did we get a new item from her? That bar that was... Yeah, we did. All right. We pry it open. here. Iron bar. We have 2 iron bars? We do. They point different directions. Alright. Oh, yeah. Seems he used a lot of makeup to turn her into this spitting image. A fake skeleton. It had probably been used for teaching before it ended up here. Bolt. Doctor probably considers himself quite an artist. Probably make a weapon here. All right, so what are we going to use? I need a weapon. I can build one here. Okay. How do I get out of this? There we go. So we can combine things probably, but what would we combine? The saw blade and... no idea. Use. Oh, shit. Charlie. Secure the top of the weapon now, so the saw stays in place with the bolt. Perhaps. It would. I don't know why wet soap would work. Oh, the baby head, maybe? Like, doll head. Ah, perfect. That's it. I can take it now. Okay. What else? Bolt needs to be secured in place now, otherwise it will all just fall apart. Wet soap! Okay, so now we need another something. Alright, need something else. Oh, damn it. Guess we'll just leave that here. Another poor victim of the mad doctor. There's something shiny on one of her fingers. Metal nut stuck on her finger like a ring. I could pull it off her finger if it wasn't so swollen and stiff. Ah! Soap. Alright. But soap. Get that ring right off. Easy peasy. And oh my god, look, it's that one too. Now what is that painting called? I forget. I've actually drawn that painting, or sketched that painting. I did it upside down too. It was like a how to draw on the left side of your, excuse me, how to draw on the right side of your brain technique. You know, the right side's the artistic side. It was like a really cool exercise where so that you focused on the little details rather than the whole. Like it was to draw things upside down, and so I had to do an exercise where I did that painting. I had to sketch that painting upside down. So you'd think I'd know what it was called, but all right. What? Where was I? Sit down at the end of the hall. Now I just need to tighten. Oh, seriously? Well, hell. Girl with a pearl earring. That's what it's called. Why not draw it right way up and then turn it upside down? Because then you're thinking about what you're drawing rather than focusing on the lines themselves, which was like the whole point of it, which was kind of an interesting thing. It was like one of the first times I really remember completely losing track of time while drawing. Like generally that always kind of happens, but like that, when I did that, it was weird. It was different. I've actually got this whole book. It's really cool. It's called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. And it had a lot of exercises to achieve things like that. But I remember like doing that, like spending a lot of time on it and then just going like, holy shit, that was 2 hours. Like, where did the time go? Her limp body is positioned the exact way it was in the painting. It seems the killer used wire to keep her head tilted to the side. So nothing. We need a wrench, I guess. A locker. But there's a wrench in there. Let's open it quietly. Why do it quietly with all that screaming going on? Wrench. Nice. Wait, where are we going? I'm going the wrong way. This whole area is like really creepy, but I think it's kind of cool. It's interesting. I don't know. In a really fucked up way. Very artistic, I guess. Taking art history into uncharted territory, I think. Let's go see the doctor. So now we have, why do we have 2 weapons? Like we're ready to do some ass kicking. 1 weapon just wasn't enough. We needed 2.
I don't need eyes to enjoy your fear. Scream louder, little bitch. Scream your lungs out.
Oh my god, this is so fucked up.
Yes, this is by far my favorite of songs. Would you like me to dance for you? Unlike you, I know all art needs to be appreciated. Your scream is like a
weird
poem without words.
He's wearing a mask and a blindfold. He's convinced I'm dead and no one knows about this place. Well, looks like you just made a big mistake, you arrogant asshole.
Your body, an instrument. I never thought you had it in you. And yet you make every fiber in my body tremble with excitement. Your body will forever be admired by those like me who understand the only pure and true form of art.
You dance like an angel. I wouldn't stand a chance. He'd just kill me again. Why? You're armed. You have a weapon. We need to... Which one should we use? Oh, I guess maybe we could have used either. I'm going with the spear. Sharp scratch. you'll feel a sharp scratch. What's up, Doc? Do you believe in karma? See you in hell. Say nothing. What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
She's still going through the screaming animation. So I guess you have to replay it to get, there's probably an achievement for both weapons. He finally got what he deserved. I hope he rots in hell. I just saved this girl's life, but why do I still feel so angry? Well, for lots of reasons.
Thank you. Thank you so much. He would have killed me like the others. The animal. You gave him what he deserved. Who are you?
They call me the cat lady.
Call me the cat lady. Now get out of here. Call the police. I'm going home.
Are you? That took forever.
Standing by the river, I wonder, do I need a stone? No. My heart is heavy enough. It will drag me down for sure.
We can't save. Or quick save. Which sucks, because I want to save here. I would like to be able to save at the beginning of each chapter, which would be nice. What, are we supposed to jump off the fucking bridge now or something? Finally, I'm back home. We'll be safe here. First of all, I should wash off all the horrible memories of this night. And the blood. I'm dying for a shower, something to eat, some coffee, a cigarette. So she does smoke. I'd love to see my cats too. Let's just pretend for a minute that everything is back to normal. Excuse me, I survived after all. Maybe now I can try to enjoy little things. Okay, I can do this one step at a time. We need to take a shower, but can we? Okay, I want to save. Save. Chapter 3. All right. So there's like, what, 7? There's no way we're going to finish this tonight. It's already after 2. This is going to take at least one more play session. Maybe if I don't have to work tomorrow. I do have some things I need to do. Maybe I can do a long stream tomorrow and start earlier, and we can bang this out. But there's, like, this is going to take a while. So I think it's best that we wrap it here for tonight.